In today's video, I'm going to be putting all of my childhood videos into all in one video. This is going to be the Childhood Saga, and this is a special for 100 subscribers. Think y'all remember what childhood memories like video games. Today, I'm going to be covering what things give me my childhood memories. First thing that carried my childhood is the Wii, and oh boy, man, I had a lot of fun playing this as a kid. I was playing Wii Sports, Mario Kart, Wii, all those good. Next thing was mobile games, bro. Those mobile games hit hard back in 2010 to 2016, especially Clash of Clans, Flappy Bird, rest in peace, Flappy Bird, Subway Surfers, Fruit Ninja, you get my point. Those are mobile games that we have nowadays. The mobile games we have nowadays are rad. Anyways, let's get into the TV channels I grew up with watching, which was PBS Kids, Noggin, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. Especially that Drake and Josh hit so hard, bro, on Nickelodeon. Do you all remember playing with the Pokemon cards? Well, I do. I used to have Pokemon cards. I think now most people just collect Pokemon cards instead of actually playing the card game, which is sad, but Pokemon still carried my childhood. I also grew up on Roblox. I'm talking about old Roblox where they used to do these egg hunts and actually had Builders Club where you would get Robux every day. It sucks that Roblox doesn't do egg hunts anymore. Now I'm going to talk about a classic hood elementary moment. So, do you guys remember the book fairs? Well, that's the thing that made school the best, and man, it used to be cool, get cool books and posters, which schools really need to bring back the book fairs, bro. I'm telling you. Bro, if you guys remember the little Hugs fruit barrel drinks, bro, hot summer outside, you know these be keeping you cold. Next up is board games like Monopoly, bro. I remember when everyone wanted to have Park Place and Boardwalk. Those were the two places to get in the game to make bank in Monopoly, and everyone else would go bank. These are the things that carried my childhood. Comment down below what carried your childhood. My childhood games, have you ever heard of Wii Sports, Angry Birds, Flappy Bird, Wii Party, and Skylanders? Well, today I'm going to be talking about my favorite childhood games I've played growing up. First game I've played, Wii Party. It was full of party games like Board Game Island 2. Whoever reaches the top of the island first wins the game. It had so many mini games that your whole family could play, and man, Wii Party was so fun to play. Skylanders, man, a game no one talks about nowadays because it's considered a forgotten game, but I remember playing this game and oh man, it was ahead of its time. So Skylanders was basically a reboot of the Spyro the Dragon franchise, and Skylanders was a game full of adventure and was the first game for inventing putting the toy on a pad and it will actually appear in game. Sadly, this game downhill because money-hungry Disney had to copy their idea, take all the Skylanders fans away. Next up we got is Angry Birds. Now, Angry Birds was a simple yet fun game, and the goal of this game was to knock out all the green piggies. Here's a classic mobile game. You all gotta remember Plants vs. Zombies, man. Just grinding and trying to survive how long I can and destroying those zombies with plants was so fun, but man, it's sad that freaking EA had to bought out the freaking franchise and made it super pay to win. Roblox was my childhood game, and I still sometimes play it because it used to be super fun, but recently it's all about cash grab games and just so corporate. Roblox did carry my childhood with games like Apocalypse Rising, Flood Escape, Build a Boat, Prison Life. Next childhood game is Wii Sports, and man, I especially enjoyed playing the bowling and getting strikes and also like fighting me characters like Matt. The next game I grew up playing is Club Penguin. Man, this was the best hangout game and it have mini games, but sadly Disney shut it down in 2017. Mario Kart, well, you know this is a game I would always try to beat my family at. Lastly, the game I grew up playing with is Flappy Bird. The goal of this game was to get the highest score. The game looks like a Super Mario game because of the pipes, but sadly it's now taken down because the creator didn't want the cameras on his face. Let me know what your childhood games was down in the comments, and if you want to see the type of kids in school, click this video here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have you watched these three YouTubers? Well, today I'm going to be talking about what YouTubers I grew up on. First YouTuber is Popular MNOs. Oh man, this was a YouTuber was fun to watch, especially if you just wanted to watch some pretty cool mini game maps, and man, I miss Jen being in the videos, not gonna lie. Dan TDM, man, this YouTuber is a very fun guy and wholesome, and I especially love his Minecraft mods videos, and also Dr. Harris was the best villager ever. I heard Dan TDM has a son now, so congratulations to Dan. Corey X Kenshin, now bro, this was the channel to go to for horror game content, and he was also a pretty funny YouTuber. I like his videos a lot. Next YouTuber is PewDiePie, the guy that was like the first person to be the most subscribed on YouTube before T-Series took him over in 2019. Not gonna lie, screw you T-Series. But PewDiePie was like pretty well known for like his Happy Wheel videos and live like videos. PewDiePie also has a kid now, so congratulations to Philly. Now we got Ventarian Tale was a channel run by a lot of siblings, and not gonna lie, they were the first ones to get famous off making videos with each other on Gmod. But yeah, sadly his career got ended because of allegation coming out of one of the sisters. Next YouTuber we got is Stampy. Now this guy had an amazing series called Stampy's Lovely World, and millions of kids like me got inspired to create and build our own world because of his series. Sad that Stampy had to end it after so many years of the series running. Man, bro, especially that last video was so sad to watch. Now we got Sky Does Minecraft, was another Minecraft YouTuber that played mini game maps and also called Gold Butter, and once had a team group name Team Crafted. Buscus, now if you remember him, make parody music and was famous for his wild persona, and sadly his career ended because allegations came out against him. Wasabi Productions was a channel where the two boys named Roy and Alex Wasabi would make skits, and man, Richard and Rolana were so funny. Next YouTuber we got is Leaf is Here. Now this guy is a bit edgy, so if you didn't watch him, I don't blame you, but if you did, he's basically like the first commentary YouTuber to blow up back in 2015 to 2016. He got like nearly 5 million subscribers, and man, it's kind of sad that he got his platform taken away from him before he hit 5 million, but it's also understandable because he used to bully a lot of kids on his videos, not gonna lie. Also, we got iDubbbz. Now, used to make content copped, and man, if you got exposed by this man, your whole career would be done. Like, I'm talking like you will lose like hundreds of thousands of subscribers once that video drops by him. Next is MatPat. Man, this guy was really good at doing theories about video games. I like his theories videos because I get to learn like more about like my favorite video games, and sadly that he's retiring, but I wish MatPat the best for his other ventures he wants to do. Smosh was the funniest comedy channel I've watched, and man, I like that, especially the food battle videos, and they were the first YouTubers to reach 1,000 subscribers back in 2005. Next YouTuber is Ray William Johnson, and I think this was the first dude to react to videos while giving commentary about the video, and man, Equals 3 was the best web series on YouTube, and man, he still does it, but in YouTube Shorts format now, so kind of a little bit of a big downfall from his long form Equals 3 videos. Next childhood YouTuber was Creecraft, and not gonna lie, this dude is hella good at what he does, streaming, and man, I miss his horse dances he would do on stream. Man, those are some fun times, especially also doing jailbreak content as well. The next YouTuber is Vsauce, and man, if you want to learn science without getting bored, he was the go-to goats for science. Vanoss Gaming, if you remember, they were a group that would make funny moments on games like GTA, COD, and Gmod, and other games, and man, Vanoss still uploads, but doesn't get the same audience as he used to back in 2013 to 2017. Man, I think because there's not a lot of group members in the group now, so that's just sad. Kamari456 was another childhood YouTuber that made my childhood, and he was the first one to make it big on the Nintendo Let's Play videos YouTube scene back in 2012, and man, I played Nintendo games due to him making videos. Finally, we got his Xbox Addictions, was a channel where he trolled kids and was pretty fun. I got inspired by him and blew up people's Minecraft worlds, and I'm sorry to those who I blew up their houses all those years ago on Xbox. Let me know in the comments what YouTubers you grew up watching, and if you want to see me talk about my favorite foods from my childhood, you could check out this video here. Have you ever had these 3 childhood snacks? Well, today I'm going to be talking about what my childhood meals/snacks I had growing up. First childhood snack I had was the Ritz crackers with the cheese dip. This goes hard if you are super hungry. This snack got my tummy feeling real good. Next up is the Little Debbie Cosmic Brownies. Now, when the teacher would give me this in class, if it was a pizza party, these hit real hard for real. Next is the Dynamo's smoothies. Now, this for real is the best tasting smoothie, even though it's bad for you because it has a lot of sugar, but still, this got me energized for real. Next up we got is the M&M ice cream. Man, this was so good if you just wanted to have a nice, cheap, simple ice cream. The Go-Gurt was really flavorful, super fun yogurt to eat, especially the taste is very enjoyable. Next we got is the Trick yogurt. Now, if you love Trix, the cereal, you will love this yogurt definitely. It comes with 2 flavors depending on which Trix yogurt you get. The Fun Dip, now as kids, it was like our drugs back then, but seriously, it was fun just getting your tongue coated and being high as Lightning McQueen. Oh boy, next we got is the King Kernay fish sticks. I know I hated how the fish sticks tasted, but it also did the job if you didn't have a lot of money back then. Oh boy, this next one definitely carried your lunch at school for real. So we got the Lunchables, man. This is really good. It slaps, especially the pizza one, bro. That one definitely slaps. Next we got is the Rain Pops. Now, this was our finger ring jewelry when we were kids, but it was candy. And basically, you would just like, I guess like, it's like a lollipop where you like fuck on it, and then also you could put the like ring part on your finger, which which was cool about it. So the next thing we got is Tane. It's pretty good orange juice. I would still drink it when I still do have it, but yeah, it's pretty decent orange juice. Maybe bottle pop. It's like a sugary candy and it's like a bottle. Capri Sun hit especially, bro, when it was like a long day of summer outside and we were just thirsty for something. I see, man, this was my favorite juice drink for a while, man. I was just getting it everywhere at McDonald's, everywhere, bro, I could think of. Bagel bites. Now, I think these are alright. I prefer actually eating pizza or Hot Pockets over these. These are not like the best pizza, but it'll do the job. Fruit Gushers, it was alright, but I still think Fruit Roll-Up is the best fruit candy. Fruit Roll-Up, man, this was so good. I like how long and fruity it was. Oh man, every Gen Alpha's dream food, Dino Nuggets. It's just frozen chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs. I don't know what's so special about them. Smile back, smiles back. Go Fish. Hey man, Go Fish was very good. My personal favorite was the pizza flavor. This next food is breakfast food, which is the toaster strudels, which is very bussin'. Pop-Tarts like these be bussin' for real though. If you just want like a simple breakfast, you could just pop them in the toaster and they'll be very delicious. Teddy Grahams got me really Teddy for real. Man, if I want to be a clown, I could just eat me some circus animal cookies. Last childhood snack I grew up eating is Pop Rocks. Man, if you pop these in your mouth, it would make a firework popping noise, which I found really cool. Overall, pretty nostalgic candy. Let me guys know what your childhood snacks you grew up eating in the comments. If you want to see my favorite childhood games I grew up with, check out this video here. Have you ever watched PBS Kids, Nickelodeon, or the Hub Network? Well, today I'm going to be talking about what TV networks I grew up during my childhood. First TV network I grew up on was PBS Kids, and man, you know, this was the network for us that didn't have cable, especially me. I remember coming home every day from elementary school and watch shows like Cyber Chase, Arthur, Martha Speaks, Curious George, Fetch, and so many classics, and man, all these shows were so fun. They actually teach us very good lessons, like Arthur teach me to have a good spirited social skills. Next network I grew up with is Cartoon Network, and man, this was the best place to grow up on cartoons. Like, my favorite cartoon was Adventure Time. Sad to see Cartoon Network has fallen from its throne. Next childhood network is the Hub Network. Had some good shows like Littlest Pet Shop, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony. Also had a game show which I watch every weekend night until I go to bed when I was at my grandma's house. And man, it sucks how the Hub Network is no more and it's now Discovery Family, which doesn't have the same feeling as the Hub Network. Next up we got Cuba, which I didn't watch much because honestly the shows were from PBS Kids or weren't the best like the other channels had to offer, but it had shows like Inspector Gadget, Bob the Builder, Jet the Jet Plane, and Franklin. Sad that Cable shut down after a dumb major merger with WW Scripts, which I think that was a mistake Ion made a deal with, not gonna lie. Next up we got his Noggin. Now man, I liked Moose and Z, and I would watch shows like Dora the Explorer, Wonder Pets, Blue's Clues, and oh god, not this finger puppet dude, Obby, bro. Noggin was replaced by Nick Jr., which they non-stop air Paw Patrol nowadays, man. Disney Channel was a very good network when I was a kid. I grew up watching That's So Raven, Cory in the Big House, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Kim Possible, and Phineas and Ferb. Now we got another big one. Nickelodeon was the first kids network, and I grew up on shows such as Rugrats, Hey Arnold, SpongeBob, iCarly, Drake and Josh, and many more shows. And man, it sucks that Nickelodeon now just milks SpongeBob for money and spam it on their schedule, man, nowadays. Disney XD, man, with so many great shows. Especially love DuckTales, Lab Rats, Kickin' It, Pair of Keens, which was short-lived but enjoyed it, and Gravity Falls, the best show that came out in history, and it was so fun to watch. Disney Junior, another network that was legendary. I grew up on shows like Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Special Agent Oso, PJ Masks, and my favorite, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. TV Land was another network that I grew up on, is where they show old comedy shows like King of Queens, Roseanne, and my favorite, Everyone Loves Raymond. Now my favorite old school shows, Golden Girls, Gunsmoke, and the Andy Griffin Show. Lastly, I grew up on Sprout, and it had shows like The Wiggles, Sesame Street, and Just in Time. Let me know down below what TV networks you grew up watching as a child in the comments down below. And if you want to see my childhood YouTubers I grew up on, you could check out this video right here. Have you played these 3 childhood game consoles? Well, today I'm going to be discussing my childhood game consoles I grew up playing. First childhood console I grew up playing was the PlayStation 2, and oh boy, this console was awesome. I've played mostly Dance Dance Revolution when that game was really popular. Second console I grew up with is the PlayStation 3, and oh man, I had a lot of good memories with this console. I played Minecraft, Call of Duty, the old MW3, I've played Little Big Planet, and I've played this one social hangout game called PlayStation Home, and man, it sucks I don't have it anymore, but it was a fun console while I still had it. Next childhood console I grew up playing on was the Nintendo Wii, and oh man, I played lots of classics such as Club Penguin, Super Mario Bros. Wii, Epic Mickey 2, and Mario Kart Wii. The next childhood console I grew up on was the Nintendo Wii U, and now I didn't specifically own a Wii U, but my cousin did own one, so I play Super Smash Bros, Nintendo Land, Wii Party U, and many other games. The next childhood console I grew up on playing is Nintendo DSi, and oh man, if you remember, you could use a stylus and draw things or record your own voice, and I also played games like Mario Kart DS, Minute to Win It, and Deal or No Deal. The last console I grew up on is the GameCube, and I played games like Luigi's Mansion and Spyro the Dragon. Let me know what your childhood console you grew up on in the comments down below, and if you want to see me talk about my childhood TV networks I grew up on, you could click on this video right here. Last episode of my childhood games, I covered Angry Birds, Skylanders, Wii Party, Plants vs. Zombies, and etc. Well, today I'm going to be making a part 2 and discussing more of my childhood games I've played growing up. Fruit Ninja was a simple sliced fruit game, and it had many modes, and it also had a leveling system, and man, this game was fun and simple. Next game is Subway Surfers. This game you had to run from the cop and basically try to get the highest score and solve words, and man, this game never gets old. Next childhood game is Temple Run. Now this was like the first Subway Surfers, but it was more slow paced, but it was similar to Subway Surfers. Next game is Club Penguin, and man, this was a fun social hangout game, party and play mini games. Sad to see Club Penguin no longer exists. Next childhood game is Call of Duty, and man, this franchise had a lot of good memories, especially those trash talk days. Next childhood game is Clash of Clans. In one game you could trophy grind and raid other people's bases, and you could do clan battles, and it's also really grindy, but it's still fun. Next childhood game is PlayStation Home, and PlayStation Home was a PS3 hangout game where you could meet other people and talk to them, and they many things like events for holidays. Also had games you could play, and you could have your own house. Sadly, PlayStation Home shut down in 2016. Next childhood game is Destiny, and you could do missions, and overall there's a lot of content that makes it fun. You could play with your friends. The next childhood game is Fortnite, and man, especially this game was the first battle royale where you could build while fighting. There's 100 players, and you had to be the last remaining to win the game. Next childhood game is Minecraft, and man, this game you could do anything and build anything, and overall you could express your creativity. The next childhood game is Forza Horizon. Man, this car racing game was the best, and you customize your car and also get different cars. Last childhood game is GTA 5, and you can rob places, steal other people's cars. Let me know what your guys' childhood games are in the comments down below. If you want to check out me discussing my childhood game consoles I grew up with, you could check out this video. Have you ever had these 3 cereals? Well, today I'm going to be discussing my childhood cereals. First cereal I grew up with is Reese's Puffs, and the cereal is golden, tastes very peanut butter Reese's-like. Second cereal is Cookie Crisp, and if you know, the cereal tastes like cardboard cookies, and I would rather eat another cereal or buy Oreos instead of eating Cookie Crisp. Next cereal is Fruit Loops. This was a very fruity cereal, and it had a bunch of colors and overall pretty cool cereal. Next cereal is Lucky Charms, and you know you are in good luck when you get a lot of marshmallows in the cereal box. Rice Krispies is a very good cereal. It's like the treat, Rice Krispie treat. Next cereal is very goated Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and man, it was so satisfying, delicious, and it tastes very cinnamon. This cereal would be good without milk and with milk. Next cereal is Pops. Now this cereal is not my cup of tea, but if it's the only cereal I have in my pantry, then I'll eat it. Next cereal is another one that I'm not a fan of, which is Corn Flakes. Tastes too basic and bland. Apple Jacks is an apple tasting cereal, and I like it. Crave is another cereal that is unique because it has a chocolate filling inside of the cereal, and it's pretty enjoyable. Last cereal I grew up with is Frosted Flakes, and oh boy, the cereal was super good. Let me know what childhood cereals you grew up with eating in the comments down below, and if you want to check out my second edition of childhood games I grew up with, you could check out this video right here. Have you watched these 3 shows? Well, today I'm going to be talking about what childhood shows I grew up with during my childhood. First show is Blue's Clues, and man, this was a fun show, and especially Steve. Next show, Arthur, and oh man, the show was so good and taught you very good lessons, also cheer you up if you're having a bad day. Third show is Full House, and man, this was the best show ever. Fourth show I grew up with is Dora the Explorer, and yes, the show taught you the basics of Spanish, and man, that swiper never fails to get into trouble. Fifth show I grew up with is Bill Nye the Science Guy. You know, if you were in class, your teacher played this, you know this was the best time to be in class, man. Sixth show is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and I would watch every episode. It was fun watching them go on adventures with their pals. Next show is Rugrats, and this show is so funny and fun to watch. Next show is Phineas and Ferb, and man, they would go on adventures during their 104 days of summer vacation. We'll have to fight a villain named Professor Time. He was also known to be doing very bad crime in Danville. Next show is Adventure Time, man. This show was so good and dark at the same time, but man, it's sad that it ended. Gravity Falls is the next show on the list, and man, this show carried Disney XD, man. Next show is Drake and Josh, and man, this show was so cool, and not gonna lie, every episode was so good. Even last show is The Amazing World of Gumball, and man, this show was so funny, yet sus on some episodes, but overall was a cool show. Let me know what childhood shows you grew up with as a kid in the comments down below, and if you want to see see what serials I grew up with as a kid, you could check out this video right here. Have you read these 3 books? Well, today I'm going to be talking about what books I was reading during my childhood. First book is The Hungry Caterpillar, and this book taught you to not eat too much or you'll get a stomach ache just like the caterpillar. Next book is Fly Guy, and this book series was so humorous and a lot of energetic, and this fly character was interesting. Next book we got is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and man, I feel bad for Greg. He would always get bullied by Roderick. Next book I grew up with is I Spy, and this book was different. You didn't have to read, but you had to look for things. Next book is Goodnight Moon, and this book was very good and reminds you you're not alone. Next book is The Cat in the Hat, and basically teaches you trust, responsibility, social expectations, and to be honest in life. The next book is Green Eggs and Ham, and boys, Sam really don't like green eggs and ham, but I do. Next book is Guinness World Records, and this book you can read while seeing what records people have broken for the world. This next book is for kids that never learned their lesson. Yup, it's No David. Man, David was a very bad kid in this book and would always mess with things and everyone, and not gonna lie, I'm glad I'm not like David. Next one is my personal favorite, The Teacher from the Black Lagoon, and this one is scared because the teacher is a lagoon monster and would scare kids when she would appear. Next book will be a relatable since we all had that one very terrible day, and this book is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, and this book is about Alexander picking up the wrong side of the bed and having a just not good day. Next book is Captain Underpants, and man, this book was so good because he would save the day of the school. Last book we got is Dewey B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus, and I really like how she had to ride the bus and how it smelled. Dang, I guess she's really a school bus hater. Let me know what your childhood books you have read in the comments down below, and if you want to see what childhood shows I grew up watching, you could check out this video right here. In my previous childhood shows video, I talked about Phineas and Ferb, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Blue's Clues. Well, today I'm going to be talking about other childhood shows I grew up with. Lab Rats was a show where these human beings are AI superheroes, and man, my favorite character was Leo, and he was mostly the butt of the joke of the series most of the time. Next show is for bad kids, and yes, I unfortunately grew up watching Little Bill, and man, this kid was such a brat like Caillou. Speaking of Caillou, this show was a bald-headed kid who was a spoiled brat and would always throw tantrums or get physical with Rosie. Oh my god, bro. Next show is such a blessing if you're in class. It's The Magic School Bus, and yes, this show is about going on field trip, learning about animals or anything in history, and the bus will turn into different things when they had to escape. Next show is The Very Odd Parents, and yes, the show is about Timmy Turner having some smart parents. Next show is Teletubbies, and oh boy, these look like if they were trolls or in your worst enemies. Next show is Wildcats, and man, the show was so fun. The characters and storyline is interesting. Next show we got is Cyber Chase, and man, the show has like 15 freaking seasons, man. This show is a never-ending story, I swear to god, bro. Bob the Builder, yes, this guy named Bob teaches you how to build things. Next show we got is the Powerpuff Girls, and man, the show just hits different in a very amazing way. And Special Agent Oso was a yellow bear looking guy who would tell you which path he should do for every mission he was going on. Regular Show was a show that was perfect for kids and adults and had very good jokes. Next show is Jimmy Neutron, and this show was like high school humor because it had, let's just say, such jokes and humor a lot of the time. Next show is Yo Gabba Gabba, and I love the show because it was about music and every soundtrack did so good for the show. Let me know what your favorite childhood shows you grew up with in the comments down below, and if you want to see your childhood books, this will be the best video to click on.